Dora the Explorer says, is it better to learn words from their translation in your native language or just learn the meaning of the word? And the answer is 100% to learn the meaning of the word. Why is that? So if you take a word and translate it to another language, what you're translating is the, let's say, main sense or meaning of that word. What you're not translating may be all the other meanings that that word may have, and even more importantly, all of the connotation associated with that language. Interesting. So maybe we could do an example, right? So there's in Chinese, so English, the word play translates into Chinese, and it's used in a lot of the same ways. We would say to play video games, right? Okay, so in English, play video games. Chinese, 玩游戏. So that's the same. It's basically the same. But in English, there are some ways we use that word that we wouldn't maybe use them in another language like Chinese. So, for example, we would say, hit the play button. So that's using play either as an adjective or sometimes hit play, which would be using it kind of as a noun. That's a thing. Well, it's not really used that way in Chinese. Okay, well, that's a difference. Then in Chinese, that one, you would go out to play with your friends. That's how it's said in Chinese. That would be translating it back from Chinese to English. It would translate back to, I went out to play with my friends. But we would never say that in English. You would never say, I'm going out to play with my friends. As an adult. So for adults, you never go out to play. But kids might go out to play. So kids play, but adults don't play. So there's a cultural difference that's not specifically the meaning of the word in the dictionary, but is the connotation of the word and how it tends to be used. And that stuff is very difficult to translate over. This is the simple reason why you never see a Google Translate that's perfect. It never quite looks right, right? No matter which language it is, it doesn't quite look right, because each word, sometimes they mean the same thing, and sometimes they mean other things because they have different meanings, right? So sometimes play means do. Sometimes play means go. Sometimes play means, experiment, right? So it can have different senses. It can have different meanings depending on the situation, and beyond that, different feelings and connotations beyond that. So what do you do? Sounds so difficult. How can I ever translate? No. What you do is forget that you even know another language. When you speak English, say to yourself, I speak English. I'm an English speaker. English speakers, when they learned English the first time, they weren't translating from another language, from baby language to English. They were just learning English. They were surrounded by it. And over time, they gradually picked up those connotations, those different meanings, naturally from their environment. So, if you want to really know English and use it naturally, there's only one option. You have to learn it in English. You have to learn it by using it. You have to learn it by looking at the different uses and trying to understand how people actually use it in daily life. Only then can you start to use it actually naturally. You'll never get there if you're only translating. It just won't happen, and you'll never build that English brain. It's a good question from Dora the Explorer. Just keep in mind, stop translating. I guess that's what I'm saying. If you can understand me now, you shouldn't be translating unless you need to know something quickly. I need to know the general translation of this word. That's fine. But I mean for learning purposes especially. If you guys haven't already done so, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and also check out my full courses in the links in the description.